7,220 pounds. This is a Winnebago Mini Plus 25 RKS, the new 25 RKS, I should say, here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. If you'd like to see if we have one in stock and available, it's very simple. Simply visit the link in the video description that says check for price and availability. You'll see if we have one in stock, what we're asking, how it's equipped, and when you see what we're asking, understand that we don't engage in the practice of hidden dealer fees, so that is a fair market, real price tag. Now I say new 25 RKS because this is a revised series, previously known as the Voyage Light. Winnebago has expanded the Minnie family, and the color packages, the interior exterior decor options that made that series so successful, and they just kind of grew it up into their fifth wheels here. The Voyage Light turned into the Mini Plus fifth wheel, just like there's a Mini Plus trailer. I kind of like that, actually, because I like consistency. And first of all, can we take a second to appreciate this T60 diesel pusher gel coat fiberglass going on here with that truly mirror-like finish? The way that you're watching the sunrise and you're seeing our, I don't know, 75-foot tall pine tree that we decorate for Christmas time over here every year. They use the highest grade fiberglass in the towable RV industry. It is a diesel pusher skin. It's what Winnebago uses on diesel pushers. Winnebago is one glass supplier, so they just continued that on through their towable RV segment, basically. And you know, it's like 2 or 3 grades higher than what you typically find in this class. High Phylon, even it's better grade than high gloss. It has superior UV reflectivity. You can buff out bumps and scratches. We've had customers actually report how much they appreciated that after a low-hanging branch scraped a side of their Winnebago RV that they purchased here once. Now, in this category, you'll find at our dealership we've got the Cougar half tons, the Eagle HTs, Rockwoods, some Springdales and Cherokees, but you know, they all have their different sets of advantages and benefits and whatnot, and I like to focus on where they're each really strong here. First of all, that partial nose, that partial painted cap has it, where the black part's an actual paint. Look at that coming at you in the rearview mirror, and tell me that does not look sharp. You saw that full pass-through belly storage up there. They have one of the largest front pass storage compartments yeah, you know, out there. There are LED accent lights in that nose cap. I mean, there we go, get to a spot where the nose blocks the sun. Beautiful. The chassis, let's talk about that because you can't see it. Very uncommon in fifth wheel production do you get a Norco chassis. Normally you get I-beam frames. This is made on an aircraft style chassis, just like their travel trailers, with HSLA steel, high strength, low alloy. What that means in English is that this chassis is lighter but stronger structurally, and that's a huge thing, because like if you get a house, a lot of the value of your home is wrapped up in the foundation. You want a good house, you start with a good foundation. And I truly feel it is the chassis of this RV that has propelled it up to being one of 3 absolutely sterling brands from a service standpoint. And again, look at the shine on that. Holy cow. Portable solar prep plug right there. Now this is an area where they really improved over the Voyage Lights. The Voyage Lights amazingly had no baggage door holdbacks, and now you can see they've got the easy slam latches and magnet latches, so everything over here is one-hand operational. You used to have to juggle these doors open with your head. It wasn't smart. It was a bad decision. Now it comes with a single battery box holder, but there is room for a second battery. Just another look at that pass-through storage here, but I want to focus on the water heater, and this is an area not a lot of brands in this segment talk a lot about, because almost everybody who builds a fifth wheel this size uses the same water heater, except Winnebago. This is a larger 10-gallon gas-electric auto-ignition fast recharge water heater instead of a 6-gallon vessel. So this has the same water heater as those big luxury fifth wheels wrapped up in this little critter. Now we do have an enclosed forced air heated underbelly. The suspension package here, first of all, I love the wheels with the little, I mean, we're upside down right now, but the Winnebago emblazoned caps is a nice touch. But the suspension, this has got an equal flex suspension system, which helps soak up front to back shocks and jolts when you're going down the road, so that front to back herky jerkiness, it's going to try to soak that up so that you have a smoother, more enjoyable towing experience. We've got all windows will open for ventilation, including slide side windows. They're heavily tinted, so unless I get right on top of them, it's difficult to discern if they open or not. We also have a really interesting little water dock station back here, which doubles as our outside shower station. So your cable TV, satellite, oh, this is another thing Winnebago does. Separate hookups for cable and satellite is a nice touch. But your water hookups and your outside shower here, it has that air hose style quick connect sort of port. Comes with a little blue coil hose and a handy little sprayer end on it. What I like about that system right there is that the sprayer handle fits like any residential garden hose size fitting. So if you want to go to the big box store of your choice, you can get yourself a different little fitting end. Sometimes you like those like 7 function shower head things that you can get. This has the capacity to be compatible with that. Now, before I move too far along here, I do want to point out something they're doing different. We've got power front leveling jacks, power rear stabilizers, which in fifth wheels this size, that is very, very, very common. It's actually, it's almost exceptional if something doesn't have that. But Winnebago gives you individual buttons for your rear power stabilizer jacks, and that is very uncommon. A lot of those systems still operate on a single push button, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I like control. I like being able to say, nope, this jack, that jack, whatever. Now remember, the rears are stabilizers, not levelers. There's a difference there, guys. You do your leveling with the front jacks. The ladder gets you up to the roof up there, and this has got a 3/8 thickness deck, full walk-on roof decking, and this has an all-aluminum structure. So below that 3/8 roof decking, you've got aluminum skeleton, you've got laminated aluminum walls, you've got aluminum studded floors, you got 2x3 aluminum floor studs set 12 inches on center with 5/8 tongue and groove plywood floor decking. So that is exactly how they build a lot of high-level fifth wheels, with aluminum floor studs and those that 5/8 floor decking. Now down here, this is a very important facet to discuss right here. This is something very reminiscent of the Eagle HT series of fifth wheels we have here at Haylett RV. And in point of fact, you talk to the guys at Winnebago, they said, yeah, we like that. That's why we wanted to hop in on that. There's 2 nuts and bolts critical things this has in common with Eagle HT I want to mention. First of all, this is a towing hitch, not an accessory hitch. And Winnebago is the only manufacturer of fifth wheels using a Norco chassis that has a towing hitch. They custom order their chassis with significant structural reinforcements in the tail end so that it is capable of having a towing hitch, not an accessory hitch. That's a huge facet. It's got a 3,000 pound tow limit, 300 pound tongue limit. It's the same hitch capacities as an equivalent sized Eagle HT from Jayco that we also carry here. So we finally have access to more and more RVs that are factory towing ready for towing doubles, whether it's boats or enclosed trailers, all that kind of stuff. The other thing that this has in common with an Eagle HT that you can't really see obviously is adjustable axle hangers. Fifth wheels in this size, it's called the half-ton fifth wheel market. That being said, if you've watched any of my videos, you know I'm personally not a big fan of half-ton fifth wheel towing. Give our sales team a call here if you'd like a breakdown as to why that is. But a lot of people, you know, so what should you do then? Go get a 3/4 ton truck. But the problem is fifth wheels this size are too short. They sit too low. That pin box is too low to the ground for a 3/4 ton truck to properly hook up to most of the time. So this has adjustable axle hangers, so it can shift up and down to make that a little more 3/4 ton accessible. Now, your awning here is easy tilt, full-length LED lighting, and I love this floor plan for the fact that it has no door side slides, so that you don't have obstructions blocking you. Now, this is the stable step entry system right here, and I am glad for these adjustable foot pegs, because the way this thing is parked right now, when the delivery driver from Winnebago dropped it off, super nice guy, by the way, this thing's sitting nose high because he had to get it off his big truck. Well, that means the tail is artificially low right now, plus the ground is unlevel. So I was able to adjust these pegs by 4 notches to make this step sit flush the way it's supposed to. My point here is it doesn't matter what kind of wonky campsite you're on, those steps are going to be just fine for you. Trying to think, make sure I didn't miss anything outside. I think we've pretty much covered it. Spare tires mounted under the belly, by the way, up front. And that's I kind of like them there for the reason that, like, I don't like spare tires on the rear bumper because they tend to get in the way of everything. Like if you want to put a bike rack on, or even if you're towing, you don't want a tire sticking off the back. And when they're on the back, they tend to be more exposed to sun, wind, weather, etc. When they're under the belly, they're protected more from like dry rot exposure. Let's peek inside. Now, something I should have mentioned immediately when we looked at it on the outside was if you like everything about this except blue, like you're like, man, I'm not into that blue, don't have a heart attack. These come in like 6 or 7 different exterior colors. It's one of my favorite aspects of the Winnebagos. They have a vastly different interior and exterior look to them. You know, they are built like absolute tanks. They have some of the very best service records of anything here at Haylett RV. And God knows we carry so many. We have like 28 different brand names or something at this store. Maybe more. I haven't counted in a while. But if you don't like that blue, we might have a different one in stock. They have like reds and yellows and platinums and champagnes and all kinds of colors. Now this is called the cobblestone decor. There's also a darker graphite. You may see that we have some of that in stock at some point. So understand that cosmetically, this could be vastly different from the one that we have on hand. Even though equipment-wise, they might be identical. They could look so different it's not even funny. That's one of the things I like about Winnebagos. They're a little more of a snowflake thumbprint. They have your look to them instead of someone else's. So again, visit the link in the video description. Call our guys here at Haylett RV and we'll take care of you. So standard, this would have a dinette. When I walked in the prototype of this floor plan, I went, nope, get rid of that. Put a freestanding table in there. The reason I say that is this is a couple's RV first, is how I see it. This little 25-footer, this is not made for a big family. There's not enough room for a big family in here. Now, if you have friends over and you want to entertain friends, we've got a nice big dining table where 4 adults can sit down and enjoy themselves. But for, let's say we're going to sleep a grandkid or something, we have a guest. Well, that's a full tri-fold memory foam sleeper sofa right there. And the other thing I like is when that sofa's open, you see how much floor space you have right here? The sofa doesn't cut off the RV. You can still navigate through the RV. Now, little things they've done on this as compared to the previous Voyage Lite is like they've, I call it finished off the cabinetry. Like they ran that cabinetry all the way up to the ceiling line. And it's a little harder to do that. I understand why they didn't do that before, but it has a better, more complete look to it in the kitchen. I think that's a smart decision. All of your cabinetry is lumber core. It's all pocket screwed and glued together. It's not stapled. It's not, you know, particle board and beaver puke holding this thing together. I also love the double viewing and breeze windows back here. That's a very smart design. Another thing they've done is you see the triple lights up here. They are not shy with lighting in the Mini Pluses. In the Voyage Lite series, sometimes it would get a little dark in certain corners. You don't have that challenge here. Standard solid surface countertops with recessed stainless sink. You've got quadruple full extension plywood box drawers over here with an additional full extension drawer below the stove oven area. So nothing is wasted. Now they have recently, at the time of this filming, updated their decors a little bit. They've touched the floor a little bit, went a little darker on the floor to accent the light-dark contrast. But it's an interesting light. Actually makes it look a little bit bigger in here. That is an 8 cubic foot fridge freezer, by the way. So this has a bigger fridge than a typical small fifth wheel. Obviously a bigger water heater than a lot of fifth wheels. That's a very nice facet. And the control panel's up here where the grandkids' little fingers can't reach it with a nice little decoratable shelf area above that cabinet. Big door side window for airflow. I have the shade drawn currently because the morning light was just billowing in here and making the camera not want to cooperate. And just a little easier, better look at that trifold sofa there. Now, this over here, this big cabinet. When we first saw this floor plan 2 or 3 years ago as a Winnebago dealer, when it was called the Voyage Lite, we joked with a rep. We said, wait a minute, so where's the, is there an option for a second refrigerator? Because you could literally put a refrigerator in this space. Now, something they've done versus the original Voyage Lights is they added this shelving area in here. This used to be just this giant open box. And don't get me wrong, open space is nice, but you couldn't do anything with it. There was just nothing there. You had to go to the store to buy shelf organizers. Now you don't. Here's another small but I think important improvement is that swing out TV. The TV on this used to be flush flat mounted so that it only stared straight at the rear wall. Obviously that's not a problem anymore. It's on a double jointed swing arm, so if you're sitting over here dining, or if you're over here at the sofa, everyone's got a good shot at the entertainment now. Now all your windows in this slide over here, this big full 3-foot deep slide, open for airflow. Also, over here in the corner you may notice, we've got household and USB plugs, so you can always keep your devices, phones, tablets, PCs, whatever, charged up. DVD, Bluetooth, stereo, that stuff is pretty common. I think we're pretty much good down here. let's move upstairs. As we do, something I want to point out, I like these big platform steps. They're not like little toothpick steps. They're very sturdy. You know, you got that good feel. You don't have to like feel like you're tiptoeing up and down them. You've got something very wide and sturdy below your feet. And they're also made with a resin type material that's not near as slippery as like a hardwood step. Hardwood steps are beautiful. Of course, cosmetically, aesthetically, they're beautiful. But they're very slippery on your socks. You know, you don't have that problem here. Now, one of the reasons I like to put these videos together is to show you difficult to see little nuggets that a still photo camera often misses, such as this little corner enclosure stand right here, whatever you want to call it. Again, little decorating option up top. But this is just an extra little linen cabinet or overflow pantry right next to that giant, ridiculous refrigerator-sized pantry. Just handy little utility space, but they didn't let this go to waste, you know? Little thing while I'm standing here, technically in the bedroom, is if you notice, Winnebago fully frames out all of their doors. And that's not a normal thing in RV production. Now, there are certain brands that do it well. I know the Cougars that we have here at Haylett RV do that very well, actually. But you can, if you walk into Winnebago, grab one of these door jambs and just pull on it. It doesn't go anywhere. And now, even without the jacks down, even on unlevel ground, this doorway is always the same shape. It maintains square so that this door does its job every single time. That's another little thing I like about these. It's that extra little stuff they put in this. They could have saved a little bit of weight or money by not doing some of that, but then it wouldn't be a Winnebago, you know? The word Winnebago is RVing. There's so many people that come in, like they'll want to look at the motorhomes here at Haylett RV and say, can I look at the Winnebagos? Because they don't realize that Winnebago is not the name of a manufacturer. They think Winnebago is the name of the object that they're looking at or shopping for. Huge open floor space here in the bathroom, and that's a porcelain foot flush stool, so the nicer toilet option. And just like in the kitchen, you've got stainless steel bathroom sink in here, and it's big and adult size, so big adult hands can actually get in there. I do like the split open shower door here. Because since it doesn't have a swinging shower door, which would again save a little money, the swinging door would require that like you have to be a gymnast and kind of like put your butt up on that counter and then open the door and then slide into the shower. You don't have to deal with any of that here. It's just easier. And you notice a second entry door straight to the bedroom that we're heading to right now. So it's got an easy dual entry bedroom. Now up front here, they've done some very simple, smart things. I like the bedroom in this for its effective simplicity. This little shelf overhead. A lot of manufacturers put a cabinet up top, but with the shape of this nose cap right here, it's got too much of an aggressive arch and pitch on that radius nose cap to give you an effective storage space. So what Winnebago did instead is said, okay, let's put plugs and phone chargers and things up there. So that can be someone's phone charge station, because what we can do then is we can create these full-length hanging wardrobe closets that don't have a sharp corner that'll jab you in the arm when you roll over, and additional little his and hers dresser drawers, because when is more storage ever the wrong answer? And it's a trick question. It's never the wrong answer. This is a full 80-inch True Queen bed. It does easy lift for storage below, and directly across from the bed you do have TV hookups, but you're looking at it and go, yeah, but where do I put a TV? There's a door there. Well, these are actually designed. There's reinforcement up here in the roof, basically, to have a ceiling-mounted TV setup. What's cool about that is when it comes down, it actually directly faces the headboard of the bed. So there's less neck strain on this should you choose to put a TV into it. Now, if you want that done, obviously you see it's not done here. That's an option. The one that we have in stock, it might have that. It might not. If you want that done before you leave Haylett RV, call our guys. We'll get our service team involved. Say, hey, you know, this is a simple, easy thing. We'll get that done. No problem. We'll get the parts ordered. These are all also 50 amp service. This little 25-foot half-ton towable fifth wheel, air quote, half-ton towable, because I don't like that term. It also is second air conditioner ready. So if you really, really want to breathe icicles in here, you can. Though I don't think you're really going to need to in most climates, because your standard air conditioner that's centralized and located back here is a 15,000 BTU. And I think between the thermal insulation bundle on these, as well as that bigger air conditioner, in almost anything but, like, you know, you live in Dubai and have an extreme hot climate, I think you're going to be okay in this little box like that. There's just not enough. It's a one-slide fifth wheel. There's not enough cubic foot of space in this thing to get too hot. I think we covered it. Give us a call. 800-256-5196, Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.